I can't. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Hey, what's up?
I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks. Thanks so much for coming on.
No problem.
Welcome to episode 176 of the Blitzig. I'm here with Travaunta Abner, and I'm excited to have him on to talk about his journey and his story about his football journey. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, how did your recruiting process start at the beginning stages of your career?
So first it started like I want to say like my 11th grade year going into my senior year, or like summer of going into my senior year. It kind of picked up starting with Tennessee State. That was my first offer. But quarantine came around, so it got taken away just because people were coming back and all that. So got picked, got some D2 offers, some JUCOs, some NAIAs, a D3 school. Recruitment it was pretty good for me, but I think leading up to that, I think Carson Newman was a good fit for me, so I chose Carson Newman, to go play to start my college career.
How long have you been playing football for?
Been playing football for what I'm 22, so what 22 years.
Hmm. Tell me a little about you, uh, about growing up in your hometown and how you got to where you are today.
Growing up in Lynette, Alabama, this one from small town. Know everybody. It was great. Was outside. Playing football, basketball. Just doing what kids do. I mean, like I said, it was great. Just playing around people that you grew up with. I think that help in the long run, as far as like going through middle school, high school, just being a competitor, just coming out, you know get the guys together, go around, play a little bit, but growing up in Lynette, it was great.
Hmm. Uh, what, what were your thoughts on this past season?
My thoughts on this past season. I mean, it was an up and down season. I know for me personally, but as a team, I think it was still like an up and down season. Just because as a team, people got hurt, people wasn't able to play in certain games. I know I got injured. My quarterback got injured. A couple people got injured. So I think for me and as a team, I think it was just an up and down season for all of us. But I think they'll be able to capitalize, next year when they get back in the lab.
Hmm. What is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness, I think, is blocking. I think that's a big weakness that everybody, you know, can see. So I think blocking is one of my biggest weaknesses.
What were your thoughts on how this past season went for you?
I think the season, like I said, it started off great. Had like 25 catches for like 200, 300 yards start off. But kind of towards that middle to the end, I got injured, so I missed like 4 games. But coming back, from that injury, I finished out the season, a couple catches, and to add a couple more yards to my stat sheet. So I think overall, it was a pretty good season for me.
Did you have any experience playing any other sports in high school?
Yes, I played baseball 1 year. I did track and field 1 year, but mainly I played basketball and football though. Those my main
Hmm.
two. But I did those other two some point in my high school career.
How did you finalize to pick to go to school at Alabama A&M?
Can you repeat that question?
Yeah. Uh, how did you define? How did you finalize to pick the school that you attended?
Oh, so Coach Shade, that was my head coach, and his coaching staff. They've been with him when they was at Miles. So I was at Miles College before that. So just being around them for them past 2 years, it was great. So I think they trusted me, and I trusted them with well, they trusted me and what I could do on the field, and I trusted them and their coaching abilities. So I think just just that all went into the play of me going to Alabama A&M to stay with them and just stay with that family that they brought to me, and I felt like that was one of the big things that the reason I went to Alabama A&M.
What are some cool things to know about yourself outside of football?
Some cool things. I draw, I paint. I have a clothing brand called Global World. Um, I take photos sometimes. I do videography sometimes. So I dabble in a good a bit of stuff.
How did you finalize to pick the school that you wanted to go to?
Um, like I said, coach, the head coach, Coach Shade, and his coaching staff, they believed in me. So for 2 years that I was with them, so I think it was an easy choice for me by going to Alabama A&M. So this is one of the reasons I picked that school.
What is a typical day like for you on game days?
Typical day, it starts within the week. So I think doing training, hit some weights, stretching, doing all that you need, helping prepare your body for that game day. So when the game day comes, I get good little pregame warm up in, get my blood flowing, go out there, warm my feet up, cause the how you perform is start from the ground up. So I think going out there getting your feet warm, your body warm, come back in, put on the pads, get ready to go for pregame warm up. When we get out of pregame warm up, try to fly around, to keep the blood flowing, and other than that, get ready for game day.
Hmm. Who in your family do you look up to?
My dad, I would say my dad and my mom. I say those are my biggest two, people who I look up to because, the stuff I seen them do, growing up, inspired me to, do the things I do in today's time. So I think my mom, my dad, the two people I look up to.
What current or former NFL player do you compare yourself to?
I really don't compare myself to an NFL player, but I know people that I like to watch, and I grew up watching was Gronk. Cause I think he big, he can move around a little bit, he can block, he do all type of things. So I think Gronk was a type of person I look up to, and Travis Kelsey, the route running ability that he has. I think I try to emulate that some of that stuff to my game. The way he get in and out of breaks. And another one is George Kittle. I mean, I think I try to watch his blocking game. I think he got good blocking skills. So I try to take some of that blocking skills and implement it in my game.
What makes you a unique player on the football field?
What makes me unique? I think I'm a unicorn on the field. Can play outside receiver if I need to. I can play inside slide. I can play inside the box. So I think just the ability to move inside outside. I can go out wide if I have to. Pocket play in the backfield if I need to. I think just being able to do a different plethora of things. I think that's what makes me unique.
Uh, what has been your favorite football memory from high school to now?
Um, from high school, I would say for high school, winning two state championships. In high school, those were my biggest moments. And then college, this past not this past year, but in 2024, we won the SIAC championship with Miles College. So I think those, two, three big moments for me, throughout high school to college.
How many hours a day do you take the time to watch film?
Um, I mean, I try to get like 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, each day, whether that's, I do it like two times a day or, just try to take a little time just to, watch my opponent, see, what they bring it to the game.
Hmm. Uh, what is your future look? What does your future look like after the season?
I think my future, I'm gonna be able to do big things, getting ready, preparing myself to, do, get ready to go to the Legacy Bowl, HBCU Legacy Bowl in February, and just preparing myself to get ready for pro day, combine stuff, just preparing myself to get ready to for that next level. But other than that, if I need to come back and get my master's degree, after I graduate in May. So that's what my plans look like right now.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come on and to tell your story, and wish you nothing but the best of luck in the near future.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'll definitely stay in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay.
See you later.
See ya. See ya.